What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. We are back for Fantasy Map Friday, the best day of the week. And I've been changing a little bit with my setup. I've been messing with it a bit, so you'll have to bear with me a bit today. We might be a little slow on some things. I got the control center on a different monitor over here. We got a nice new fancy light. So bear with me. The setup's changed a little bit. Should be the same programming, but I got to make sure I'm looking at the camera, not looking over here too much. It should be fun. It's gonna be a good one. Sung Moon, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you. And you know what? Gift for a gift. You give a heart me, I give a goblin. This little guy's for you. There you go. Thank you very much, Sung Moon. How you been? Did you have a good week? We have arrived at the end of it. I hope it's been good the whole time through. But we're back at the end, and you know what that means. Fantasy Map Friday, my favorite day of the week. Most folks' favorite stream of the week. And we got some work to do on all this. It's going to be fun today. I'm just, kind of reacquainting myself with the map, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the progress that we've made. I'm also a fan of having my phone on Do Not Disturb so I don't get texts that distract me. You're really liking this map so far? Thank you, Sung Moon. I appreciate you. It's coming out nice, right? It's a good first step in the parchment style we've been trying to learn. I'm excited to add a little more color in here today. It's still good, but I think we could add a little more color. Just kind of put some more details in. I think we need a bit more foliage. Oh, and that's right. I moved my video app chat so I'd be able to see it better. Let me get it a little bit easier to see. There we go. All right. Aussie mate, what's up, my guy? Yes, it is the same map we worked on last week. I think my goal is to finish it in less than 3 streams. I think at the end of today, it's going to look really darn close to finished. And then probably we'll just do a little bit of work next week, kind of polishing it off. But for the most part, we're going to finish this bad boy up pretty quick. Ryan, you asked what website is this? This is Incarnate. I'll put it in both chats here. It's a free online map maker. Alright, give me 1 second to adjust something on setup. Like I said, guys, everything's been moved a little bit. We got some new layouts for the streaming setup, but I think we're gonna be good. Also, you said made the little inland lake and moved trees, looking good. Oh, okay, yeah. You're talking about right about here, or are you thinking about this guy up here, our little oasis? Tam, good to see you, my guy. How you been? Ryan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. ZZZZZ says, I always wonder how folks decide on their world building. Yeah, everybody's got a different way of doing it, but that's kind of part of what I'm doing with this series is we're just working on getting better at it, kind of figuring out how to do world building. Rafi, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Said this music has become your morning music to lead you into your other morning music. Sean Mayhas, you said, I know it's Map Friday, but can I ask a writing question? Of course, my friend. Anytime I'm live, you can ask writing questions. And your question was, I finished with my first round of edits on my fantasy book. Should I reach out to a pro editor before trying to query agents? No. First of all, congratulations. Well done. You don't need a professional edit before reaching out to agents. I would go ahead, do as much self-editing as possible. And then begin to query agents. It's expected that manuscripts queried to agents will have some typos. All they ask is that you do the best job you can. Saren, this is Incarnate. It is a free online map maker. All right, let's get to mapping, huh? Rafi, you said you're going to try to finish a chapter during today's live. My guy, get it. Let me know how it goes. Give us some updates as you move through. Dino, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Y'all, we're trying to finish this map in under 3 streams, right? This is stream number 2. So, let's get to it, huh? I think we're mainly doing foliage today. So let's do a first pass and see if there's any place else we can add trees. I don't want to do too many trees because it's easy to over-tree it. Plus, we got desert up in here, right? So, like, desert ain't got many trees going on. Sung Moon, I'm sorry Wriggly Little Hands is taking so long to arrive for you. I don't know what shipping to Norway is like, but apparently not ideal. I'm sorry about that. You order it through Amazon? Alright, I feel like I want to move some trees on this point because I had an idea for what I want to do for this a little bit later. We're going to keep that a secret. We're going to sit on that information for a hot minute, but these trees got to get gone. Sorry, guys, you're being evicted. We're relocating the trees over to this beautiful western coast of the peninsula. Oh, not trying to rotate. Okay. ZA4 coin. I make this with ink carnet. Yeah, Zeus, you're spot on, my guy. You guessed it. Gastroman, you said, is this map something you're working on? Is this map for something you're currently working on, or are you just trying things out? So this map is for practice. We're just getting a bit better. This map here is the other one we're working on. This is for the world of my book. So this is kind of the big one that we've really been working on. But, one, while I like this style, I wanted to learn a little more of this parchment style. It feels like it fits for books a bit better, you know? And then I also just wanted to get better at map making. And if this, everything that I was doing in this map felt so, like, important. Because it's for the world of an ongoing series, it got kind of like choice paralysis. It got kind of hard to make decisions with it. So we're just going to take a little break, and we're going to do 3 streams. This is number 2 of building this map, and by the end of stream 3, we'll have the map done. This email never works. Good morning, my guy. Good to see you. Nikolaus, good morning. You said good evening from Greece. Well, Kalispera. Postasai. Good to see you, buddy. Alicia, you said you're having a hard time with ink carnet and doing the details of your map. Do I have any tips? Don't stress about it too much. Kind of have fun with it. I think that's really key. Everything can be moved, right? So I wouldn't feel too bad about it. Like, you know, just I don't know, try to have fun, I suppose. That's what the problem on this map that we're working on. I just got I care about it too deeply, so I got like choice paralysis, right? So we're jumping over to this one and just having some fun with it. Pickles, you said add a cave? My guy, we can add a cave. Oh, interesting. I'm not used to these cave icons. Again, this is my first time in the parchment map maker. So it's a little different, but let's get a cave up in here. I mean, it's an icon for a cave, so it's gonna have to be a little less of like a geographically accurate cave and a little more of like here be cave. I feel like somewhere in this valley up in these mountains would be a fun place for it. Lech, you said, how long will this take? It feels like you've done this for a month. My guy, I started this map literally last Friday. I put an hour and a half into it, and we just booted up stream today. So we'll have this one finished by the end of stream next Friday. But this is only my 3rd hour on it, really. That's not very long in terms of map making. All right, y'all, what do we think? Do we want the cave here above the dead forest, or do we want it more like in this mountain valley up top? What do we like? Magnus, you're such a cool person. But thank you, my friend. This beat is overused. We are using incarnate to make this map, which I can't spell right now. There it is. Third mountain, so that sounds like a vote for the cave up in here. So we're going to put our cave here. I don't really love this cave icon too much, but I don't think I have any other options. I guess, okay, I have 3 options for cave. I have that door, and I have this guy. Because what I would normally use is in the Fantasy World pack, and it looks like this. Objectively, a very cool cave entrance, but does not fit the style of this map in the slightest. I mean, we could mess with the color, but I think that's getting a little too in-depth. Millie, what's up? Good Friday to you. Enjoy the weekend. Glad to have you here. I think we're going to throw the cave right up here. In that valley. And you know what? I want to paint this ground just a little bit different color. I actually love this dead tree right here in the center of this little valley with the cave entrance beyond it. And I'm going to paint this ground just a slightly different color to kind of indicate like a little bit different going on there. Something a little bit different. So let's grab our brush. We're going to lower opacity a bit, drop brush size, and we're just going to really sprinkle in a little bit of light color. Maybe a little bit too light. Let's grab... What color should we do to like offset this a bit? Something like this. Oh, I'm painting the wrong layer. That's why it's not working. Come on, Alex. Wake up. Have some more coffee. There we go. Okay. We're actually painting our layer now, so let's turn that opacity down. There we go. Yeah, I just want to see, I wanted a little bit of this like kind of blush in here. And now we're going to splotch over it with the original brown color a bit. And now when we zoom out, see how that stands out just a little bit? Just looks like there's a little bit of something going on there. Maybe we paint the cave as well, actually, the cave entrance. I want it to stand out a bit. There we go. The Onion Ghost, you said, what's my favorite cheese? Oh, that's an easy question. Halloumi. Halloumi from Cyprus. It's the best. This email never worked. She said, a random question. Has anyone flown into Burbank versus LAX? I can't offer you opinions on that one. My wife flies into LA all the time for work, but I couldn't help you. Sorry, buddy. Evie, what's my book about? Oh, thank you for asking. I a little bit jealously love those questions. Let's pop over. This is the book, Wriggly Little Hands. It's a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. But they're goblins. You shouldn't entrust them with important things. I mean, look at these little guys. They're not good at doing important stuff. They're just good for shenanigans and goofs. So if you want a Terry Pratchett-esque comedy, very silly, very goofy, it's all linked in my bio. Please check it out. It's a lot of fun. The book is out now. I'd appreciate it. JTK, the why did the Dark Lord trust them for the mission? That is explained in the book, but it's only in chapter 3, so let's not consider it spoilers. The lore in this world is that goblins are so beneath notice that it literally manifests as a form of invisibility. Not that they can't be seen, but they're so irrelevant that no one would waste the time paying attention to them. So they're the perfect creatures to go on this mission where they have to sneak through the lands of the enemy. All right. So I said we're doing foliage. This is my first time with this map pack. I'm gonna see what other foliage we can get here. Oh, cactuses. Okay, hold on. We're gonna plop a cactus on the map because I want some cacti in there. We've got these tree types. We've kind of used those. I don't think pine trees. There's no real cold regions here. So really just palm trees, cactuses, All right, hold on. We'll put some pine trees in. I'm a pine tree fan. We need our conifers. All right, let's pop back to the proper view. I grabbed these 3 trees, and I think Tam, you said the goblins almost work just like hobbits. Yes, that's actually an intentional satire. The book satirizes a lot of fantasy, and I've heard people describe the goblins as like anti-hobbits. It's pretty appropriate. All right, so I grabbed a few pine trees. I don't know if this is gonna work, y'all, but I'm gonna move it over here because I want to see if we can paint the top of these mountains a little bit white and maybe imply that they're snowy up there. No white color available in this. Oh, here we go. Gray. There's gray. We can paint it gray. Colt Tally, over on the video app where I'm also live. Hello, my friend. Welcome in. Master Splinter, hello. How the turtles doing? You said I've watched you a few times. This is awesome. What are you using? We're using Incarnate to make this. It is a free online map maker. Feel free to check it out. I highly recommend it. All right, let's see if we can paint these mountains, y'all. Up top. There we go. We can do that kind of. Now that snow line's probably a little bit too low. Let's do it we're just gonna do the tops, right? Yeah, okay, I'm a fan of that. I want to imply that it's cold up in these mountains. I'll probably come back through in a moment with a different colored brush and kind of finish the outlines a bit, because I don't like to color outside the lines. Ooh, this one's gonna be good. Boom, right up top. Love that. Okay, so now we need to come through and just color inside the lines a little bit on them. So let's super zoom. Hold on. Let's make the brush like an 8 maybe. That'll do. Now let's get down in here. We're just gonna paint right along these edges. Opacity's probably a bit high. Turn it down a little bit. And now we've reached the phase of the stream where Alex does stuff that doesn't really matter because no one will notice these details, but he will. And so we get to super zoom, and I mess with unimportant things. Yo, one of the advantages of using this parchment pack, it has less brush options than the past one, less color options, which initially sounds like a bad thing, except I kept losing my brushes because there were so many to pick from in the last pack, so I guess that's a positive. There we go. I love how this is just keeping the snow inside the lines. Gotta make sure we do green in the proper areas, though. Skinny Jeans, what's up, my guy? Welcome in. He said, I start my stream around the time you get off from working overnights. Well, I'm glad I'm here when you're coming home from work. How do you like working nights? As a fan of nights, I feel like I would enjoy them. But as a fan of other people and seeing other people, I feel like I wouldn't enjoy them. But you're here. You're seeing us. So maybe you're disproving the logic, huh? All right, let's see how that came out. I quite like it. I think a couple of these edges are a little bit harsh, so let's soften them up a little bit. I'm gonna erase them, and then we'll come back with the gray on a larger brush size, maybe like a 12, and just kind of ease them in a little bit. I should look at how real snow lines work if I really wanted to do this correctly. So I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. Are they kind of sloped, or are they kind of they straight across? Any snow line experts in the chat? Tiffany, what's the reading level of this book? It's an adult fantasy. It is acceptable for YA, though. I've in fact had a lot of YA readers that have liked it, which was a little bit of a knock on my style of humor. I'm glad they like it. It is a great book for them, but I wrote it for adults. Like it's clean, it doesn't have a lot of swearing or anything. But I thought the jokes were like funny for adults, and then all these kids, like 12-year-olds, were just like absolutely loving it. And I'm like, maybe I'm not as adult as I think I am. Maybe my sense of humor just works better for 12-year-olds. Josiah, what's up, my guy? Welcome in, buddy. How you been? How you doing? Want to get a little more green in here. It's temperate. The brown is kind of signifying the mountains where it's rocky, but I want some green down here. We got these nice lush plains, valleys. Sean Mejias, let me know if I'm saying that right. You said, do you include the maps in your books? So I haven't. I've just started doing this. I do have maps in some of my books, but these have not made it in yet. I'd like to. And in fact, hold on. Let's grab. There is one map in Wriggly Little Hands, but the goblins made it. So it's not necessarily the most helpful map for people that aren't goblins, as you can see here. They didn't really outline everything too well. Also, they got distracted and started coloring on it. I mean, this guy smushed a mosquito. This one down here, straight up, just burning a hole through it. So this is the map that's included in the book, which, you know, arguably not that helpful for the journey they go on. But like I said, the goblins aren't particularly good at important missions. Not the Dark Lord's best idea to send them on that. Oh no. The glitch has happened. I have lost my chat. Oh, that's so annoying. Alright, let me pull it up on my phone. TikTok, you gotta stop doing this. I've lost the TikTok chat. Hold, please, everybody, I fix. Almost there. Tune into my own live just to see my own chat. It's something with Studio. Like, I just click something wrong, and the chat just disappears entirely and never comes back. All right, let's see. We can prop this phone up somewhere so I can actually see what y'all be saying. It's gonna be hard to look at the chat all the way down there. I'd love to find a way to fix it. Bear with me one moment. Enjoy the map for a moment. I'm gonna try to. I'd really like to get the chat back up. Yeah, I can't even access the like panel for chat in TikTok Studio. It's kind of busted, yo. All right. Oh well, we persevere. Let's see. Feb, you said, how are we making this? We're making it with Incarnate. Sean, I hope you enjoy the book when you get it, my guy. Thank you for your interest. All right, Jack Ann, you're trying to help me out. I appreciate that. I said click the plus sign under sources. We talking about OBS? Oh, sources? Okay. Add source. Where's my chat? Yeah, I don't even see chat as an option. You said sources, select chat box option to add a live chat. It is blacked out. That's not helpful, but I appreciate that, y'all. You said use chat overlay settings. Make sure to show chat. Yeah, it was enabled. This is a glitch where it goes away, and then it's literally here. I'll see if I can show you. Here, we'll do some little hot minute of tech support here. See, it's literally grayed out. Like there's chat box right there. Oh no, Marcus! I have mistakes on my fantasy map. It's not realistic. My map from a fantasy world. Ugh. Oh no. It's for fun, my guy. I appreciate you trying to help, Jackan. And Tide and Terra. See, the chat's... Oh, gosh. Infinite Alex. Okay, I'll put you back on the map for a minute. Chat box is great. The only way that I know how to fix this is by restarting the stream, which is going to be not good. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to take another moment to figure it out, and if I can't, we'll just have to persevere without it. Alicia, good morning. My chat has gone away, so give me one moment to try to fix it. And then I'll see if I can still see what y'all are saying. I don't think there's any way to pull this up again. Alright, well, y'all, I apologize. I will try to read chat off my phone, but for now, we're going to have to persevere. So, if you're watching on the video app, which is linked in my bio, I'll be able to see your chat just fine. But TikTok said no chat. Okay, what I was working on was adding... I was trying to do some pine trees around here. I thought it might be kind of cool to stick some pine trees near these mountains if we made a little bit like of a snowy area up top, you know? So let's see if we can stick some pine trees in here. Might make it kind of cold and chilly area up in these mountains. Might take away a couple of these normal trees too. So let's knock out a few of those bad boys. Alright, and a few more pine trees going in. Okay, we got a few pine trees added. That was mainly for fun. Maybe a couple more actually. These guys look lonely down here, right? Let's get a couple in there. Alright, let's check. What's going on in chat over here? Thank you for letting them know that I'm using Incarnate. Antenna Dude. It looks like a Bob Ross, or has a Bob Ross feel to it. I love that, man. Thank you. I apologize, y'all. My TikTok chat has disappeared, as it does sometimes. So I'm trying to read it off my phone. This has happened once before, and I couldn't find a fix. So if I miss a message, I apologize. I can't really see it too well. Alright, I want to add some cactuses to this desert, too. We found cactuses in the stamps, so now we got to stick some in here. But whereabouts? I don't know, like, deserts are foreign to me, y'all. I don't know where, like, cacti occurs at. What kind of soil type or anything. I mean, I guess that's not that important. We can just have fun with it. I like this guy. It's a weird looking cactus. I like him. He's got personality. What am I using to make the map? Incarnate. It is a free online map maker. I almost wonder if the cactus might be a little bit much. Too many different tree types going on, you know? Titan Terror, the cactus has ears and a nose. Yeah, it kind of does. I don't know. I'm unsure on the cactuses. What do we think, guys? What do we think, chat? Cactuses or no cactuses? The desert's kind of empty without them, but also it's a desert, right? So deserts should be a little bit empty, I suppose. Just use them more sparingly. Make it lonesome, just one cactus every 4 or 5 miles out in the middle of nowhere. It certainly makes it look more deserty, though I almost feel that it makes it look a little too, like, southwest, you know, American Southwest deserty, which is not really. I was thinking more like North Africa, you know, Jordan deserty. Need some dunes out in the desert? I kind of agree. Let's see if we can't. I think it's just going to be hills, mainly. Yeah. But let's get some hills out here, huh? Oh, that's a little... These are a little bit big. One of the tips for when you're making a map, y'all, make sure your stamps are sized mostly the same. So if I'm going to make this hill right here, this sand dune, I'm going to go look at this existing hill, and we're going to make it about the same size. That way you don't end up with mountains that are like wildly different sizes than each other, unless it's intentional. Then it's cool. But if it's accidental, maybe no. Maybe no bueno. Alright, so I kind of almost want these dunes to be in a like not right up on these mountains. I feel like they should have their own kind of region out here. Kind of like that. A lot of folks are saying this looks like Lego Ninjago. I don't know what the map looks like for that, but let's find out. I don't really see it, but hey, we'll take it. Alright, I'm digging the dunes out there. Maybe one more? Is one more gonna push it too far? What do we think? Maybe up in here? It's kind of separate from all the others, though. You know what? Hold. I have an idea. Dune here, move this hill out like here-ish. There we go. Okay, I'm a fan of that. And we even got our cactuses in there. Alright, so now let's do a little bit of color. We've got like base colors on here, but I'd like to do more. Let me check chat real quick. Antenna, I do remember Bionicles. Magnus, thank you that it looks good, man. Skinny Jeans, you said with how I've angled the mountains, it looks super windy. I could see that. Wanley, the app is called Incarnate. It's a free online map maker. Brendan Evans over on Video app. The map, this one's for practice, this map, but typically I make them for my books. Like this one is what we were working on for one of my books. But I wanted some practice and I wanted to learn this kind of parchment style. So that's what we're doing here today. I'm trying to finish it in 3 streams or less. This email never works. I'm showing my age by saying I remember Bionicles. Yeah, y'all, look, I'm old. Look, I ain't got no hair left. Clearly. Alright, so we got our yellow for the desert. I almost want to make... bear with me one moment. We're going to get a little bit adventurous here. I'm kind of wondering, can we run a strip of our snow color right down through these mountains to make it almost snowy up in the valleys too? I don't know if it's going to look good, so we're just going to do it in one brush stroke. Or a couple brush strokes, so we can just undo it if we don't like it. But bear with me. We're going to just kind of see what happens if we do it like this. I think mainly it just makes the mountains look kind of white and not snowy. What do we think? Obviously we would refine it. TikTok, I really wish you'd give me my chat back on screen. So I don't have to look at my phone to read everybody's chat. Hold on, you know what? I can probably... Can I tune into my own live on my computer and then put that window off to the side? Probably not. Probably not. We can. We can, folks. Alright, so hold on. We're going to figure this out. We can do it. We have the technology. Okay. Okay. We're going to pin this to the top. Alright. I got it. Chat's back. I don't need it on my phone. We found the workaround, folks. I can see you. I can see what you're saying. Hello. Hopefully, screen capture shouldn't show the chat. Consider wind for snow on mountains and how it would flow through the valley, says Master Splinter. Master Splinter, that was almost poetic. Like, that was almost poetic. I'm a fan. I feel like that had a deeper meaning as well. The Tarnished were using Incarnate to make this. It is a free online map maker. Y'all, do we like the snowy areas on the mountains, kind of the snowy biome? If we like it, we'll refine it. But are we fans of it? What are we thinking? It's kind of growing on me the longer it sits there. Fat Frog, you're a fan? Also, good morning, my guy. Welcome in. Mex, I agree. The paid version of Incarnate is very, very nice. Thank you, Tide and Terra. I agree. Folks, if you're having fun, you want to be here for the next stream, please give me a follow. Please give me a follow. Love to see you on the next one. Alicia, you said it's a weird place geographically, but this is fantasy. It is fantasy. You know, it almost... I guess the issue is... the desert here is, like, higher, it appears, because of the cliffs. So the mountains look like they're lower than the desert. Which might throw it off a little bit. Oh, Tarnished, yeah, for sure. We got to do a little bit of water in here. You know what? That'd be fun. Let's do some rivers real quick. Alistair, the website is incarnate.com. It is a free online map maker. I will put it in chat for you. There we go. Alright, let's get a little river going. A stream. Oh, that's a whole bay. Didn't mean to do that. Maybe 2's a bit small. In fact, 2's so small I can't even see my brush. Yeah, 2's way too small. Maybe like a 6 on brush size here. I don't mind that, but I want it to look like it's coming down, you know, from the mountains. Tuck some snow between the hills, says Tide and Terra. Yeah, we can get a little extra snow up in here. And the Master Splinter, what you said, is the wind coming from the sea and across the desert because the wind oils be warmer coming from there. Wind would, there we go. Wind would be warmer coming from the sea and across the desert. I guess it depends on where we want it to kind of come from, right? I almost feel like what you could say is the mountains create a rain shadow of the desert. And you know what, y'all? I broke one of my own rules. I'll explain in a moment. But Slendy, you said you're popping in to say hi before going back to sleep for a bit. You're very tired. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by, my guy. Go ahead and get some sleep. Rest up. Vex, this is Incarnate. Ball. You can make buildings and stuff. Right now we're just doing more geography. But you can make buildings. That's going to be our next task after putting a couple rivers in, doing a bit more color, then we're going to put in cities. Dodo, we are on the paid version for this. Y'all, I broke one of my own rules. I'm going to show you my issue right now. Note this mountain that I have selected over here. We're going to paste it over here. Notice anything? It's massive compared to the mountains in here. I did not follow my own stamp rules. This mountain is sized at 240 stamp scale. This is 120, 160, so they're all too small. I need to buff the size of these mountains a little bit. They're just the sizing, because when you zoom out, let's just move this guy off screen for a minute. When you zoom out, the sizing, like if you look from these mountains over here to these mountains, they just look the wrong size, right? So we're gonna make them a little bit bigger. Vorkin, this map is not from Wriggly Little Hands, so our main characters, well, I wasn't planning for them to go through here, but you know what? They could. So let's get the slightly bigger mountains in here. We're going to just scale them up a little bit. They don't need to be as large as the other mountains, and I'm making them a little bit smaller than them. But I wanted to be in the same realm, you know? Okay. Oh, not trying to move a tree. I'm trying to move this mountain a little bit. I've got a plan for the tip of this peninsula, so I want to see if I can grab like a hero mountain, one that looks a little bit different than all the others. In fact, maybe one of these kind of windy guys down here could look good. Let's put that there. We're going to see what we can do with that. Maybe we flip it this way? No, I'm not really digging it. Maybe a different stamp from the same pack. Something more vertical, like this guy. Well, I'm not sure that one's more vertical. I've got an idea here, folks. Just it might come to fruition. I might just have lost my... Well, guaranteed I've lost my mind. We already know that's the case. Yeah, I'm just not digging it. Alright. Not gonna work. We'll put back the mountain we stole. Put that back, or so help me God. Your dunes show wind left to right. It would heat the left side of the mountain, says Master Splinter. Yeah, I guess they're... I mean, they're... I'm not sure. Are they showing wind left to right? Because I can also flip them, so I can kind of show, you know, whichever way we want with them. KC over on Video App. No, you don't sound stupid, my guy. Ask any questions you want. I am here and happy to answer. You said, am I a game master for role-playing games like D&D? So I'm trying to do a campaign this year. I've just not found the time with my friends just yet. I've played a fair bit of D&D. I've never been the DM. I would love to, though. It so directly correlates with writing. I really want to get to that this year. We're going to see if we have the time for it. It's been a little tough with the writing schedule. Skinny Jeans, you said, what if you trail some hills from the mountain range down toward the forest and bay? It would make it taper off a bit more naturally. Well, I need to move... I love the idea, first of all. I need to move the hills now that I've made the mountains one bigger and taken up more space with them. So yes, we do need to bump these hills out a little bit. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of land on the side of the peninsula. I'd like a little more land to play with in here. Also, well, I'm getting a checklist of things to do. Since we made the mountains bigger, we lost some of the snow coloring on them. So let's go ahead and grab that again real quick. Let's paint these bad boys back up. Brush size down to like 12. And we're going to try to color between the lines. Mostly. Alright. I think that's looking pretty good. We got some snow-capped mountains. Taylor, we made this on Incarnate. Are making it on Incarnate. It's a free online map maker. I'll put it in both chats for you here. Let's go ahead and get a save. 131 unsaved changes, so give me one moment. While that happens, folks, if you don't know, I am author Alex Knight. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time. Always doing something writing, fantasy-focused. If I'm live, please feel free to ask any questions you have about books, writing, publishing, all that fun stuff. I'm always happy to answer. And if you don't know, I am a full-time author, so I support myself with my books. So if any of these seem interesting to you, they're linked in the bio. Please give them a look. If you got questions about them, ask away. Or if you just want to support me or the stream, hey, please give them a look on Amazon. I would appreciate it. AJ Coronato, can I show the whole map? Yes, here it is. This is the whole map. I guess we can get it out from behind my head for a moment. And, alright, so I said that we were going to do some... I was going to add some land here, and then I wanted some streams. Streams coming off from the side. So let's add some land. We're going to use a rough brush here, and we'll refine that after we add it in. Alright, cool. That coastline's not really final. We'll move some work. We'll put some work into it. Taylor, you said you have a series you want to write, so you'll definitely follow. You'll be asking for tips. Please, by all means. I love talking writing with folks. All right, let's get these rivers in I've been talking about for approximately a decade. I froze, Leisha? Am I back? Am I moving? Anybody else see that I'm frozen, or is just Leisha's internet being mean to her? Camera's frozen. Well, let me try this. Give me one moment. How we doing now? Am I back? It's getting all the tech issues today, guys. Still frozen. TikTok, what we doing? My internet connection's fine. I'm back now. Bizarre, y'all. We got the Tech Hurdles stream today. Chat disappears. Chat stream's freezing. All right, well, we're back. We'll pray we can make it through stream without any more issues today. Oh yeah, try the chat option again. Nope, that one's still grayed out. That's all right. We got a roundabout solution. All right, so let's get. I want to do a little lake up in here. I think that would be fun. There's our little lake. Move the trees to the shores of it. And in fact, we're gonna change that lake shape a little bit. Let's get on the smooth brush. I'm gonna fill it in and make this hill. Do we flip it maybe? Nah, it was good the way it was. Put it like this. There we go. For Elf, you said the book was awesome. Did you read? Did you read one of mine? I appreciate that if you did. That's maybe a little bit too big. Let's go to like an 8. Can I show the full map? Yeah. One sec. We'll get there. We'll do it in just a moment here. Got to get some rivers in here. All right, here's our full map. How's that look? Can you see it okay? Frozen again? Oh boy. Let me... I'm trying to think why it might be freezing. Really can't get a break today. Yeah, Skinny Jeans. I don't know what's going on. Can you still hear my audio when I freeze? I'm trying to think. The only thing I'm doing different is I have an additional window of TikTok pulled up on my account. So let me try to fix that real quick. So give me one moment, guys. We're going to continue to troubleshoot. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to log into that, though. All right, are we back? Frozen still? Still, cam's frozen. So the camera's working on my end. This is definitely a TikTok thing. Oh boy, TikTok, work with me, guys. And I'm back again. All I can assume. So I'm literally doing nothing. All I can assume is this is just something going on with TikTok. So I apologize. Let me know when I freeze. I don't know what I can really do about it. But I will continue to flail whenever something happens, and we'll pretend that it works. Glara, thank you for answering that question on the video app. Matthias, I'm sorry I missed it, my friend. Glara, yours is not freezing. How interesting. It sounds like TikTok's just having some issues today. That's alright. We all have rough days, right? What's the plan for the island above the peninsula? I don't have a plan yet. You guys are welcome to suggest ideas if you got them. We'll take them. Right now, I'm just going to carve some rivers up in here. I think that'd be kind of fun. I don't like that one. I always make my rivers a little too big. Because I kind of like when they're not that big, but, you know. I did kind of like that little guy. Alright, there's a couple little rivers in there. Where is it? I saw a question I wanted to answer. Connor, how do you get the lake above the mountain stamps? It's not actually above them. The mountains are over top of it. I just have them moved slightly out of the way so it appears as if they are above it. Just a little trick of the eye there, huh? Zero, the application is Incarnate. I'll put it in chat for you. It's a free online map maker, though I am on the pro version. Skinny Jeans, you try to make rivers look good from a kingdom perspective, like borders. Well, they would naturally follow borders. That would make sense. Or I should say, the rivers don't follow the borders follow the rivers. And so my issue with making my rivers a little bit too big is it feels as if they're more meaningful than I think they should be. Like, not every river needs to be, you know, a massive ordeal to cross. All right, I feel like that's a good number of rivers on that one. We could probably use a couple down here because it's kind of bare down here, right on the bottom right. So we kind of need to get some stuff in there. Yeah, and I do have the main river, you know, the actual, like, centerpiece of this whole thing. Also, I wouldn't mind, speaking of the main river, cutting up this little guy a bit. That was maybe a bit too much, though. Do all of my maps have books? Do all my books have maps that I created? No, so this is something I just started with my last book. And I'm kind of learning map making as I go. So I don't have any of my created maps in my books yet. This is the first one that I made for one of my books, and it's not in there, but I would like to get it in there. This is the regional map for Wriggly Little Hands. I'll pull the book up in a moment. But this is some of the areas that they go to, and includes the village the goblins start in, right down here, and the swamp of sadness and sweaty underthings. Let's see, and that's for this book right here, which is out now. You can get it linked in my bio. It's on Amazon. It's an audiobook. It's an ebook. It's paperback. Any format you want. Watch out for the kobolds, says Clash of Clans. Oh, wait. Let's get you back to the map view. Oh, I see what you're saying about that map, about the lake. Hey, look, last stream folks said it was shaped like a heart and they liked that. Now we're saying it looks like something different. All right. All right. We'll fix. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Subtract. I want to take away land. That's probably a little bit too big, right? Yeah, I don't really know what to do with it, y'all. I don't know what shape we want for this now. We'll erase it and we'll start fresh. Kariko over on video app, you said it's just the eye of the beholder, huh? Nah, a couple people were calling it out in chat, so I didn't see it, but some of you filthy people did. It's just a lake. Nah, it's fine, I don't mind. Alright, how's that? Do we like our new shape? Is our new lake lakey enough? I kind of want to do a little bit of a curve in like this. I don't know. I like my lakes to be relatively round. I don't know why. It just kind of looks better that way. Anyway, there's the new lake. All right. But now you got me fixated on it. And I think that it's a little too wide of a river. Look what you've done. There we go. And maybe we'd go to a little bit larger on brush size, and I kind of want the entrance to it to be a little bit more natural looking. Just shave that off right there. Nope, I did not do it well. There we go. Okay, new lake shape. We've achieved it. Skinny jeans, a bunch of comments in chat's better than when the map's official and people leave reviews. Fair enough. Master Splinter, you liked the island in the middle. We can put it back. I got no issues with that little island. Island didn't do nothing to us. Let's get a little island in here. Oh, that's too big. I don't love the shape of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this, make a bit of an island. Then we're going to subtract, and we're just going to cut some pieces away. I kind of want to put a little tree on it, too. Now we're getting fixated. We're getting fixated on unimportant things. But I want a tree on this bad boy. Yes, I love it. It's amazing. It's the perfect tree. Nev, you said this audio is just what you needed. Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I hope you're having a good morning. Skinny jeans. There's a lot of stamps for like buildings and stuff. We'll get to. I'm not sure how many there are for parchment map, the parchment assets that we're using, but like if you use a different pack, you know, like I normally do, you can get like towers and stuff like this. Though I've not done a lot of buildings in my map making. I think there's a few down here. There's kind of some crazy little houses and stuff. Hold on, I have a map actually. Where's Wormrest Isle? This is the first map we made on stream. Jake Hartman, good to see you over on video app. And Kariko, I will answer that question in a moment. Thank you for asking. Leaning into the Bob Ross, that's what I want. I want the Bob Ross vibes, man. I love Bob Ross videos. I guess I haven't opened this map in a hot minute. It's gonna take forever to load. Well, we'll let it do its thing for a minute. I'll check back in with it in a little bit. What's the book about? Said Dalton. Dalton, thank you for asking. I'll show you. So this is the book. And you know what? We're going to give you the official description here. So hold on. I worked really hard to write official 2-line descriptions or pitches for the books. So let's pull it up. So for Wriggly Little Hands, this is out now. It's linked in my bio, and my official description is: those pesky forces of good might have finally beaten the Dark Lord, unless a bumbling family of goblins can complete their quest to retrieve his doomsday weapon. It's a comedy fantasy, basically about goblins going on a road trip to save the Dark Lord who they work for, except they're goblins. So if saving the Dark Lord is their objective, they're probably going to do everything but that. Feel free to check it out if it sounds interesting to you. It's very silly. Okay, Kariko, you had asked over on Video App that starts with a Y and ends with a 2, but I can't say it because TikTok doesn't like that. Says, question for you, how did you get into authoring? So, basically, I've always been a reader, and I also, around middle school, thought like, hey, I should just write the books that I want to read. So I've kind of been writing since middle school. But in college, I wrote my first book. After college, I worked a 9-to-5 office job, and then in the evenings would go to the library and write. And eventually, I transitioned that into like freelancing for businesses. I would write. Oh, Dalton, you said you're not much of a book guy, but you're going to check it out. If you want an audiobook, there is a wonderful audiobook edition of that. If this is more, that's more your speed. Also linked in bio. I did freelancing for businesses, like just like copy on their website or donation drives for nonprofit, stuff like that. Anything that needed like decent writing. And that led to me getting a couple gigs in ghostwriting. So I ghost wrote romance novels for a while. And that connected me with publishers. And then I started ghostwriting science fiction novels. And then eventually, I was a known enough quantity to be able to write books under my own name and publish them with the publishers I had worked with. That's kind of the journey, for the most part. Ogie, I did in fact write the book I was just showing, Wriggly Little Hands. And in fact, it has done really well, so thank you to y'all for that. I appreciate it. It's done so well that we are doing a sequel. That is what I'm writing right now every day. So if you enjoy it, book 2's on the way. Y'all, I need to know, what are we doing down here? What terrain haven't we used? What's something interesting we could do? Like this whole bottom right corner of the map beneath the forest is just kind of, I don't know, I got no inspiration there. Throw some stuff at me. Let me know what you want to do. Kariko, you said, I'm a D&D fan. You've read Truro Canavan and then all the Raymond D. Feist books. Hey, Raymond D. Feist. That's a lot of where I started my fantasy journey. Recently, you've been world building, and you have a D&D themed world that you're considering moving into a novella. Okay. Hey, man, novellas are great. Shorts. I was just gonna say it, Kriko. You asked what's my advice for getting into writing. I was just about to say, start with short stories. They're a lot quicker. They're a lot easier to write. And they teach you everything you need to know to write a novel or a novella, but in like 2,000 to 10,000 words. And it's better practice to write a lot of short stories and practice beginning, middle, end, characters, conflict resolution than it is to spend a whole bunch of time trying to learn how to write one novel. So and you can submit short stories to contests. There's a lot of free short story contests out there. So that's my advice, is always write short stories before jumping into the world of novels. Let's get I just want to darken the forest in some areas where there's less trees. Some dirt patches in there. Skinny jeans, you said we could, it looks like this expands into a larger landmass, so some kind of grassland or plain in here. Could be. Ogie, you said muddy ponds, mountains maybe. What else? I think my chat just messed up. Yes, it definitely did. Hold on, y'all. Boy, TikTok is throwing every issue at me today. I'm sitting here reading the chat through my roundabouts. Am I not? TikTok full crashed. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, video app, you're still with me? Oh boy. TikTok throwing every curveball left and right. James, yeah, I'm back up on TikTok if you want to jump in there. My apologies. Just a series of tech blunders today from TikTok's end. I've restarted over there, but I'm down. The whole audience is gone, so whoops. Oh well, we'll keep it going. Yeah, video app is always consistent, that's for sure. Oops. Well, TikTok's going to get mad at me for that. Oh well. We'll continue our work. I feel bad. Skinny Jeans, welcome back. Sorry about that. TikTok's throwing every possible hurdle at me today. On the good news, I have my chat back. Yeah, I don't know. The chat crashed, or the whole stream crashed out. So, oh well. I got it restarted, but just gonna be a tech plagued day today. That's all right. We persevere. See if we can build some momentum back up. I apologize to everybody that dropped out of the TikTok chat, the TikTok stream. But anyway, we're gonna keep working. No, Titan Terry, it wasn't that, thankfully. It was, so since I had to do a roundabout way to see my chat, I couldn't see the TikTok studio. And every single day that I stream, at about an hour and 15 minutes in, it says that I'm inactive and I have to complete a little CAPTCHA to prove that I'm still here. And because because TikTok Studio was glitching out, I couldn't see the CAPTCHA, so I didn't know it was asking me to complete it, so I didn't complete it, and it's like, oh, you're inactive. So it shut the whole stream down. Oh well, so it goes. We're back. I know since it's done that now, TikTok will suppress like the next 3 streams. It's like a flag on your account, but oh well. We're back. We'll keep working. I was trying to focus on what we were doing down here. Welcome back to you, Leisha. Thanks for coming back. I apologize for the last stream dropping out. What are we doing on the bottom right of the map? Kariko, you said, do I use any tools to map stuff out and help with structure? You're great with ideation for writing, but getting to fruition is always a struggle. I do a skeleton outline for my books, which is pretty slim, because I write best in the moment. So I don't plan too much ahead of time. Really, you just got to figure out what works best for you. Do you plot everything deeply ahead of time? Do you make it up as you go 100%, or somewhere in between, which is where I'm at, where I do a couple bullet points per chapter and then figure it out from there. Nobody tell me what, Titan Terra. What's happening? Camera's broken? Am I frozen again? I hope not. Test, swinging side to side. Frozen again. You, video app, are you seeing any freezes on your end? Or is this just TikTok full on having a meltdown? Let me know, because, boy oh boy, no breaks today. Alright, what are we doing down here on the bottom? I really don't know. You can hear me, but it sounds like you can't see me again. Audiobook live stream. I don't know, y'all. I have no idea what's going on with it. Everything's good on this end, but not on TikTok's end. Boy, oh boy. Kariko, you got to run. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to join on future ones and ask. Anytime I'm live, you can ask writing questions. I'm always happy to help. I'm frozen on TikTok, y'all, and I don't know why. You can still hear me, but you can't see me. I'm turning my camera on and off. Switch the view a little bit. I'm back now. Gosh, TikTok. I'm gonna assume that this is something with TikTok because all the tech on my end's totally fine. It's never happened before, but all right, we persevere. Red Mario, we will add cities. That's probably going to be next stream. Maybe today if we get to it, but I kind of want to finish off just a little bit. I want to know what's going on down here on the right. And then we'll start adding cities and stuff. You know what, though? We need to throw some bridges in here because I want to bridge those rivers. Oh, interesting. These bridges don't work like the ones I'm used to. Oh, I don't love that. Will this one do it? There we go. Okay, that's the one that I like. Just tell you how to get to Whiterun? Look, if there was any city or town from Skyrim that we put in here, it's definitely going to be Markarth. Whiterun's cool and all, but Markarth's where it's at. Alright, there we go. We got some bridges. Because I'm going to put some roads through here, so we gotta do some bridges over the rivers. There we go. Boom! Now we got bridges. Maybe rotate this one a little bit. Love it. Big fan. Bridges are awesome. I think this one's a little too small. Let's see, what is that stamp size? 130, stamp size 130. We'll turn that down a little bit. And then what are you? 130. Okay, there we go. Bridges are all about the same size. Charlotte, I do have the pro version of Incarnate, but the free version is pretty darn good too. Red Mario, I can pull up a picture of what it looked like on the last stream if we want to compare. Hold on one moment. Alright, let's go to this view. So here's what the map looked like on the last stream. Like when we finished. This is what it looked like at the start of today, right? Notice just, it's fine, it looks cool. And then here's what it looks like today. And let me get that centered for you. So here's where we started, like this, and we've added, we put some snow on the mountains, we added some rivers in there, we added cactus and a cave, just kind of touched up a few things. One last switch, there's the start, taking all the details, and there's where we're at. And I have lost my TikTok chat again. Boy, oh boy. TikTok does not like me today. Hold on, I'll do my workaround and hopefully not crash the stream again. Alright, got it back. Let me pin it to the top. Okay, I got your chat back. I can see what y'all are saying. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mario. I'm glad you like it. Alright, y'all. I will open the question again. What do we want to do down here on the bottom right? I'm trying to think of what to add. I know some folks are saying like a foggy forest. Something like that. We do have a forest right above it, so I'm not sure I want to do another forest. Triton, we're making this in Incarnate. Free online map maker. Has a pro version that you can pay for. It's pretty darn good. Also, I appreciate the follows, y'all. Despite all the tech issues, I do see those coming in. Thank you very much. A lagoon? That could be kind of cool. We could, like, cut in the ocean into here a little bit and make kind of like a big bay lagoon-looking area. Let's do that. That seems fun. We'll give it a shot, at least. We can always Control-Z, undo it all if we need. Alright, so I want a narrow entrance to this. That's probably still too big. That's probably too small. Alright, something kind of like that. Then we're going to cut out a lagoon. So move these hills. And take the rest of the land. There we go. Just gonna get a zoom out, see how I like it. Yes, I like that a lot. That's not the final shape of it, but I like the flow and fit of the map, you know? I like how that adds to it, actually. That's pretty cool. And, you know, I like that idea, actually, Skinny Jeans. You can make a narrow sea/river, turn the peninsula into an island. I like the idea of some sort of river between these two. We're gonna take a look at that. Let's see what we think about something like that. So let's give it a little test. I'm thinking it should go there-ish, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make a smaller brush size, and we're going to loosely connect these guys. I think those rivers are probably a little bit too big. Ooh, I really like that, though. Sorry, y'all can't see the map at all when I zoom like that. I'm frozen again? Oh, boy. Flip the camera on and off, see if that fixes it. We'll try it. Camera deactivate. Camera reactivate. You know? Any luck? Did that fix the freeze? The only thing, I'm going to make a note here. I'm going to look into this after stream. Okay. It sounded interesting, but you can't see it. I don't know how to fix it. It just comes back. So bear with me, y'all. It should be back in a moment. TikTok literally said we're going to do everything to make this stream not pop off today. Okay, yeah, see, it's fixed. I didn't even do anything. I mean, I turned the camera on and off. That didn't fix it. Bizarre. Anyway, okay, so sorry, here's what I was talking about. That we added that all down there in the bottom right. No, frozen again? Oh boy, I think we're going to have to call it relatively early then today, folks, because we are just struggling to get anything going here with tech issues left and right. Shame. I was having fun. I was really enjoying it. I'm going to keep it going for another moment here, but I don't think we're going to get much done with all these constant freezes. Well, Zergon, I'm not familiar with what those cities look like. So it'd be a little hard for me to do because I just don't know anything about them. I don't want to, you know, add stuff from cultures or peoples that I don't know anything about. That's step one for doing something insensitive. is just randomly throwing stuff in there because it sounds cool. Not that you can't do that, but like you got to know at least a little bit, right? All right, I want to change up the shores of this lagoon a bit because I want it to be smooth around the beach. Like, oh, that's not quite right. Smooth around the beaches. I think that would be a cool idea. We're going to fill that in. We're going to make a nice big like beach lagoon down in here. If I could draw a smooth line, which I can't. Oh, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Let's move this, the window captures a little bit off center. It should be like right there. So now, if I move this around, yeah, there you go. Now you can see where I'm actually working. Sorry about that. I'm making this in ink Carnet, Red Mario. Just put it in chat for you there. Alright, come on. Nice, smooth. I'm really trying to make a smooth circular shore, and I'm not achieving it. So hold on. We're going to do a little trick. Because I can't draw circles today. We're going to just make a big circle brush on Subtract. And we're just going to click in here and make our little shore. There we go. Tyler, I don't have any plans for a Sky Kingdom, but I'm not going to rule it out. It is a fantasy map, so those sort of things are very welcome. Okay, I'm liking the shape of that down there. Although I don't, these kind of cam and map frozen again. Okay. Oh, TikTok. All right. I'm gonna do one more thing, and then we're gonna call it today, folks, because TikTok does not want me doing this. Between chat dropping out, TikTok freezing, stream crashing, I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna call it here in a few minutes, and I'm gonna do some troubleshooting because I got no clue what's going on. But it ain't exactly productive to continue battling it. I think it's probably back-end issues. I'll fix it here in a moment. I just want to mess with this this shore for a second. So I apologize if it's frozen. My issue, I don't know if you can see, but what I want to change is these two lakes down. The lagoon and the lakes look a little too similar to one another. So I want to change that. All right, but we'll do that next time. Folks, hey, thank you for being here today. I apologize for all the tech issues we attempted to battle through, but TikTok said no. So I'm going to check out stuff on my end today, see if we can't get it fixed up. Yeah, Red Mario, I reset it earlier, full reset, and lost all my viewers and everything, and the same issues persist. So I have no clue what the deal is. But thank you for being here. Thank you for your follows, folks. I am live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Central. And I will be back then, if not before, to kind of make up for today. But yes, Tech Gremlins indeed, Jake Hartman. You're spot on. PO Trek, yes, I am doing this on PC. But y'all, let me grab my outro notes real quick. As always, a very special thank you to Kevin MacLeod for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, and Cottages, and Northern Glade from Incompetech.com. That's provided our background music today. As well, an extra special thank you to community member Raffi the Engineer, who provided our newest background song, Midnight at the Round Table. Of course, shout out to my excellent moderators, Melissa Lee 28, Raffi the Engineer, aka Slendy, One Happy Harpy, Simp1X, other name wasn't available, Aaron Winnick, and I think I said Leisha T, but Leisha T. Folks, if you've enjoyed the stream today, despite the tech issues, I apologize. I will work on this after stream, But I'll be back guaranteed Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time. And we'll get the tech issues sorted before then. And I'll see if I can find a little bit of time this weekend to pop in, because this was very tech issue plagued. The tech gremlins came out in full force today. But thank you for being here, folks. Our next one, I'm hoping, will be a lot smoother. So I hope you have a great weekend. And I will catch you on Monday, if not before. Until then, be excellent to each other. Y'all, peace out.